here with Doug with Big Red Racing, right? How you doing today?
Doing good.
All right, all right. So it's a beautiful day here, and we just want to talk a little bit about Hylomar.
Yeah, Hylomar was originally made during World War II because an engine maker had two pieces of metal so close together that they could not put a gasket in.
Okay.
And it was under extreme pressure. So that at the time they didn't really have any kind of sealer that would glue those two pieces together and hold it under heat, under that pressure that they were looking at. And so they formulated Hylomar, they used it, it worked, it wound up in the Spitfire, and the Spitfire was a pretty good aircraft.
Yes, it was.
And that's where Rolls-Royce came up with this. And since then, it's been used in Europe like we use silicone.
Okay.
It is basically a number one go-to sealer, and then they use silicone when they need to, so it's a different kind of different from how we do here. And we are Valco is the U.S. importer for Hylomar.
Okay, great. Out of England. Are they still making in England?
Yeah.
That's neat. And then Valco's out of Cincinnati, correct?
Right. And the bit about Hylomar that I like for racing is that you can put parts together, and then you can take them apart.
Oh, and that's Hylomar dried up.
And it goes back together like Velcro. This was put on a Sebring when you and I talked
I
last.
remember that, yeah.
This was put on then, and you can see still gummy, still sealed. The part I like is that you can put it on anything you might take apart at the track during the weekend. And it will stay and reseal. So you don't go through cleaning off.
Right.
Sealer on, let it sit, put it together. I did this for Ulan gearboxes for years, of putting us here, and if I had to go in and change the gear set, I would go be able to take it apart, change the gear set, put it back together, tighten it up, never leak.
Yeah.
We also use it for thread locker for A-end fittings.
Okay.
You know how A-end fittings stretch and come loose.
Okay.
And being the aluminum ones, they have a history of coming loose and people not going around and checking them like they should.
Yeah.
And so this you can use as thread locker on the end fittings, and you can take it apart and put it back together if you have to.
Right.
And it stays on there. So that is the thing that we are doing, we are the U.S. importer for Hylomar.
And it was made during World War II. Isn't that amazing? It's something that far back, and here it is, probably almost the same formula to this day.
They have a couple different formulas. They have a aero grade, which because the FAA and everything, it has to be documented and everything. But they have an aero grade. They have a couple different ones, and the Hylomar spray in a spray can is what now is recommended for copper head gaskets. That the copper head gasket manufacturers, a couple of them, are selling Hylomar spray with their head gaskets. They recommend that is what is used on a copper head gasket to put that on there. So it's had some uses for many, many years and not really known. So we're trying to get it known more in the racing field of what it can do. And it also, by doing this, it also waterproofs. So any electrical, you can put a little bead in this around the electrical seam. You know, with some of the electronic boxes are on the floor of cars, and then you wind up with a good rain weekend, and you're going to practically bail water out of the car or drill holes in the floor to get it sealed. So that helps with waterproofing.
Well, you know what you needed to do is you needed to put some Hylomar on your finger so you didn't drop it.